Good morning. Welcome back to L&L Honeycomb Homestead. So, yeah, I'm still at it trying to get these beds together. I thought I'd come on and let you know what's going on here at the homestead. So, it has been raining like cats and dogs. The temperature has dropped, and I've got more to tell you. Stay tuned. Y'all, so your girl been working. So over there in them beds, over there where I had did my little addition, upgrading a little bit, trying to have more growing space, I had that mint, and there was some mint in there, y'all. And when I tell you that there was a root about the length of my arm, and it had so many nodes on it, and it had these little few on here, it was a lot. So I pulled all that up. Okay, trying my best not to break that root and that tap root. And I mean, it was long, so I kind of roughed up my soil real good and got it good and good. Just got it good for the mint. And I threw that off in there and buried it all up. And look, y'all, look at this. And what's so bad, y'all, it ain't bad, but it's funny. When I thought I got it all up out of that one bed, y'all, check this out. More mint. So, I'm going to have to go ahead and get this up. And look, and it don't work this way down this way. So, you already know. So, I'm going to have to pull this up. And no telling how long that root is. Okay, and get this up. And if I see any more, there's one other one. If I see any more, then I'm going to have to just pull it up because I don't want no mint in this bed because it's just, nope, I ain't trying to have it spread it all over in here. I'm going to throw it in that pot. So, back to what I was saying about this pot. So you can see that I put everything in this pot, and I'm going to take those little ones and put it in this pot so I can have a whole lot of mint jam-packed in there, so that'll be great in its place, okay? Then I had these little crates here, these little garden crates that the neighbor gave me. And what I've been doing is just filling it up. So I don't have much to go. It started raining, y'all, so I had to run back in. I was on a mission. So I'm going to fill this back up, fill this on up, this one, and this one. And I had a subscriber ask me what was my plans on what I was wanting to do. Couldn't wait to see what I was going to grow in it. It was one of the two. I don't want to say nothing wrong, but to answer your question, I thought about fruit at first, but then all that vine would have been going all over this concrete and it would have been too much. So I really trying to think on what to do with the fruit. So what I'll end up doing is maybe having some herbs over here. I still just have not made that decision yet. And it'll come to me once I start getting everything out to grow. It will come to me. If y'all are wondering what this is, y'all, food will grow on anything. And these are those little shelf racks, them wire shelf racks you got in your closet. Yeah, I'll find any little thing just so I can have a little trellis or something. So I threw this in here because if I have some fruit, if I decide to have some type of fruit that vines, right, at least it can have a head start. And then I will have it, probably train it to go up on here. This is a frame from a greenhouse, and the plastic tore last year. So I just never moved the frame, and I said, well, I'm just going to keep it there. So if I got anything viney, it could just vine on that because it's just too much, and I wasn't going to go through all that. So, yeah, this is a shelf rack from the closet. Not mine. Somebody's, because I found it. So I put it in here. I mean, I can find some things to grow on, y'all. And if you keep on watching this video, I'll show you something else that I use that you might be familiar with. And you can use the same thing in your garden too. Repurpose, y'all. Repurpose. That's all I do. Just try to repurpose. So the other thing I even got going on is, see, I set this little, I want it to look kind of pretty in here. You know, we all got to have our little glamour thing going on when we have a garden. You know, ladies, you know how we want our stuff to look really cute and pretty and still look good, you know, because we want our food to look good out here too. Okay, so if y'all remember last year, I had these little planters and I put my bell peppers in them. Well, this year I've got flower seeds in here for them to grow in here. And then I had, and see the way the weather was, you see how this is growing? You see that? Yeah, I got a plant growing off in here, raspberry doing her little vine, and see, that's my fruit, y'all, that's my fruit. But I got little raspberry growing. And here's another one, the planter that I had some bell peppers in as well. And I planted some seeds off in there so that way it can be some nice beauty. Now, this cactus, I got to up-pot these, so they are not going to be in here. As you know, Elle loves cactuses. I love cactuses and succulent plants as well. So I got to up-pot this and this. The vine, or not the vine, the roots have made their way up out of here. And up in that one too, you see that? So my mission is to up-pot these two. This one was hanging off one of these over here, so I got to clean this up, and I just repotted it. That's all I did, because this is going to spread too. So that's what's going on over here. And y'all know about the collard greens. I seen some more little sprouts coming up, germinating. They germinating, y'all. And so I haven't put nothing in these 3 beds yet, but it's in the making. It's in the making soon. So I'm gonna hang these back up now that the strong winds are gone, and it has been planted as well. Let me show you what it's looking like. So I got this hanging up, see? I want to hang this up here between the beds, and then I'm gonna have some beautiful flowers that are gonna grow and eventually cascade off this pot. And I also got another one right here that I want to do the same with that. So that one can hang. And then the neighbor across the street a few years ago gave me this frog chime, and I think it's just so cute. And then I got my other froggy hanging up there too, and the birdies love it. So this is what this growing space is looking like so far. I love it. Easy to blow off anything, easy to rinse anything off this part of the yard patio, and I'm good with it. I'm good with it. In front of it, remember I told you I like to repurpose things. You can find anything to grow in. So in case you just tuning in to our channel, thank you, welcome. I hope you stay. And those that's been here, y'all already know I be looking for things to grow stuff in. So I have a neighbor that was getting her roof done last year, and gutter system and all that, and I just said I want that gutter, and she gave it to me. So this gutter, y'all, it's got good soil in there, and it's got some drill holes in it. It's sitting up on some cinder blocks, and I will be having something growing in the gutters. And you can do it too. You can put strawberries and stuff in there. You can do anything in there. Anything that's small, that ain't got no deep root system, you could put stuff in here. It'll work. Lettuce, whatever. You can put it in there. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. And there's Raspy. She's growing, as you can see. And I want her to vine, and she's vining all on. And I think it's going to just be beautiful foliage once this thing kind of fills itself out. So that's what it looks like right there. And then I got the 2 pots, and I'm just slowly kind of landscaping it out, as you can see in front of that garden area over there. Okay, so that's what I had been working on, and I'm just about completed with that. All I have to do now is just put food in there, and it's not time yet. It's not time yet. Okay, y'all, so here are the beds. I'm waiting for my onions. I'm waiting. Anyway, but like I said, I'm going to have some stuff growing in these cinder blocks, and I'm going to have stuff in these beds. And so there's 2 beds right here. And then if you look back on the videos, these were about like this over here, and I went on and filled this in and took the cattle panel that was arched over and stretched it out so I could have me some more growing space on both of these beds, as you can see. And those cinder blocks, I will be using those cinder blocks to grow things in, and I'm super excited about that. Now, remember I was telling you about the most stuff you could find, you can grow on? Okay, I'm gonna take you to it. Okay, y'all, see? Y'all know what this is. Y'all try to keep these babies out of rooms and stuff. This is gate. This is a baby gate. Yes, it was in the trash. I collected it and I got it in here. I grew my green beans on this, y'all, in this barrel tub. You see that? Yeah, and that soil is really good in there as well. It's ready for it to be planted in. And here is a baby gate. A baby gate. And it climbed down there and everything. I had me some nice green beans on this. So yeah, you can do it too. You can do it too. Don't come for me. And now, if you got you a pallet, you see this? This would be wonderful to do. You can make you a herb pallet and put you some fabric in there and a little bottom up underneath it. You know what I'm saying? So you can have some drainage and to set your soil inside there and grow your herbs in there. I did have some herbs growing in there, and I had this done like 4.5 years ago. So this was like one of my first little garden DIY things that I did before I started YouTube as far as garden videos. And yeah, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. And then you got this as well, and let alone tires. I had so many tires. When we change out our tires every year, when it was time to get it changed, we collected some tires over time. People gave us tires and stuff like that. And they was like, what you need with some tires? I said, I'll come with an idea. This is before I even started going really big into gardening. And when I tell you, it works, y'all. There's some tires. Grow you some. Not grow you some. Grow you some food and some tires. Okay? Do that. Do it. And you already know I was doing my salads in these fire rings. We got them at Tractor Supply. And I was just getting one at a time, till I got all 4, as you can see. And that's what I got to grow food in. Okay? You know, that's and it works wonderful. And then these came from Dollar Tree. Okay, you can get 80% off. I gave them for $2.50 and I grabbed them, okay? I got another one too, but I got my potatoes growing in them right now. So, enough of that babbling. So, I'm going to go back in here because I'm almost done in the chicken coop getting all that compost up out of there and starting over for the year by letting them do their thing. So, they're over here while they're playing. You know what I'm saying? They're doing what they do best. And our plan is, for this year, is to go ahead and let this ground rest. And Elle is going to go ahead and take this up out of here. So that way they can work their way that way. And this part right here will be closed. And they'll be able to go behind the honeycomb and go back to the other side over there around the pecan tree and behind the honeycomb, like I said, back over this way to come back in. So that way we can let this part of the yard right here in the middle where the honeycomb is rest. So that way they can start working on the back side of the honeycomb and try to keep everything at bay when it comes to that. Okay, what I mean by bay, if you watch back on the videos, man, it had so many weeds and everything. Our weed eater went out, and I was doing the most and forgot about our little helpers right here. But when we let them through here, They did the rest. As you see, they cleaned it up. You gotta watch it. Y'all just gotta watch it. But anyway, so that's what we were planning on doing. Okay, y'all. So in the meantime, you know how everybody got their little tractor, chicken tractors and all that? We don't have all that. So we're gonna have to do things to make things work for us. Okay? And I'm gonna step back so you can see what we have found. Yes, found, because it was free. Okay? We love finding things for free. Okay? This is what I'm talking about. Okay, you see these dog cages? So Elle had assembled these, okay, to see that when they were throwing these away, if they were still any good, you know what I'm saying? So they're still good. So you see, there's 3 of them, two big giant ones and 1 little one, and Mickey got one of these as well too, but he's had his for a while. Well, we don't have no chicken tractors, okay? But if we get these chickens in here, right, get them in here, and we can pull them in it, okay? Pull them in it, have the bottom open for a minute. Pull them in it so that way they can free range and scratch all they want to about right in here, okay? Now, why would I not let them just do it on their own and not have that for them to be in? Well, let me show you why. There's no fencing right here, okay? There's none, right? And I'm not letting those girls jump off in this bed when I have food, because they will. You know they're going to have fun. They might jump off in there and start scratching up my food, getting it up out of the soil, and more stuff. And in the other beds they might have. But I won't have nowhere. They don't have, there's nowhere to close this off, right? But if they're in that cage or something for that time being, I might pull them over here and they'll be able to clean in between the tire, the tire ways. That's one way in doing things, okay? That's one way of doing things. But we sat and talked about how we thought about doing those chickens and stuff like that, because we just do not want them to have them caged up like that. So as we get to talking, right, we decided, well, there's only one way to end that, and that is, I'm looking down, yeah, I'm looking down, because you don't know what this rain could be bringing in on you. You don't know. I'm scary. Yeah, I'm scary. Yeah. So as we're back to what I was saying is we can I forgot. It'll come back. Hold on. I'm thinking. The chickens. What we can do with the chickens. Continue on letting them play in the back and do all that stuff back there. That's the plan. So that way we won't have them in that cage doing that. We can just have them free range back that way, and then figure what we can do on the opposite side back there. So as you see, I'm walking the yard because I told you what we were planning on wanting to do so the chickens can free range. So this used to be the area where Mickey used to play and do the most over here by Big Bertha, the pecan tree. As you watch our videos, you'll see how rambunctious she is. But as we come around here, and Elle is around here too, this is the backside of the honeycomb. Okay, as you can see. And this is where we said we would love to have the chickens free range all back here and clean this up. Do y'all see the beautiful flowers that are growing back here? And all the goodness? It's just really pretty back here. And I think it'll be even prettier once they clean this up back here and the grass start coming back really, really pretty. Because I would chip this whole entire yard except for the backside and the front area over there. So I'm going to walk over there and we're going to see what Elle's talking about. But I just wanted you to get a good look of what it looks like back here again.
Yeah, I done figured out how I'm gonna do this so my chickens have further to range. They're gonna clean all this up. Those are my lawnmowers. Ain't gonna cut no grass. So they can come back here and do that. And eventually I'm gonna have that off out here. Like that way. I'm gonna fence that off and I'll show you that when we go back up front. Yeah, they're gonna enjoy it back here.
Yeah, they're gonna enjoy this back here. So yeah, like I said, so what he said is, so we're gonna have this all where they're gonna have so much fun. So I'm just gonna give you a good shot. This is what it looks like behind the honeycomb, y'all. Behind the honeycomb. That wind was so strong, you see it blew the tarp down. But we're gonna have all this fixed, before it get too hot. So this is what we're trying to work on. This is what we're going to be working on. Well, Elle will be, and I'll probably be doing the most over there, trying to get them beds together, because we are trying to finish our goal for the year for this. Okay, because it's going to take a minute before we get out there to the new homestead. So while we're still, doing stuff out there and everything and trying to build up enough content for y'all to watch what we're doing out there, we need to take care of what's going on here. Take care of this first, and then we can finish out what we're doing out there on the new homestead. So now you can see the backside of what the honeycomb looks like and everything. So we're gonna go back around so he can explain to you what else we got in store for our little mini raptors. Yeah.
Eventually we're gonna get all this where they can keep this cleaned up. Move those pallets so they can come on through. But right now I'm concentrating on that back. Once I get that part done, I'm gonna have where they can come through here and clean all this up. I gotta watch a Fido right here. So I'll put this electrical fence back up. It'll be for both of them that way. I don't have to worry about him.
So they'll have all this space right here, y'all. They'll have all of this to play and free range, right? And then over there past those pallets and on back to the other side from where I was showing you all the way around. And they can probably go to about where Elle is standing, because we'll probably cut it off right there with the fencing. And that way they can, have this over here. So instead of coming back in the middle where they at now, because they pretty much just cleaned this really good, that this ground right here can rest. And we can have some more green come back in here because they got all of that in. And that way we'll have it closed off over there. And bring you up a little closer. So this part right here will be closed off. So that way when they come out their little coop, they won't be coming straight here no more. They'll come out to their little run and go over to the other side of the honeycomb. This right here will be closed off. So yeah, I'm excited. Okay, y'all, so you already know I was distracted when I was sitting here trying to tell you about the cages. It came back. Okay, so instead of having them in that cage in one little spot and then pulling it like it's a tractor, a chicken tractor, if we put them in there and have them in the spot where we know we need to get these weeds up, since our weed eater ain't working and things like that, we can bring them over this way. You see what I'm saying? Because when it starts to grow up in the summertime, things start to growing, then if they're in that cage, we can pull them over there and they can scratch around the beds accordingly. That's one thought that we had. But as we started thinking and talking, right, we're going to go ahead and take that and order a black, one of those weed rows. You know what I'm talking about? Those weed rows, you know what I'm talking about, that you put down the aisle of your garden area. The weed barrier, keep the weeds out. So yeah, we're gonna invest in one of those so that way it can be, down the rows of where those cardboard pieces are. Put some of that weed barrier right in there between the rows and stuff like that. That will help a whole lot when it comes to that. And then go all the way around to the other side so we won't have to worry about the weeds and stuff being over there as well. See, it's cold. You see, I got my jacket on. Can't deal with it, but guess what, y'all? It's cold enough for me to stand right now. For right now. Next week is gonna be in the 70s, and I'm ready. I'm ready to get them Daisy Dukes on. I'm just kidding, but it's gonna be warmer. So, this is what the plans are. This is what we're doing right now, and I'll keep you updated on every little thing that we're doing out here. And so, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. Subscribe to our channel. And y'all, have yourself a wonderful and blessed day. Bye-bye.